Welcome and thank you for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your June 2020 tarot card reading. If you haven't already and you'd like to check out your free 3-card tarot spread, you can do so in the description box beneath this video. These are not generic readings. Every outcome is written for the tense that it is made for. So you get real clear insights into your own situation absolutely for free. And please, I'd be honored if you pressed the subscribe button and notification bell so that you get alerted every time Patrick and I drop a new video. But without further ado, let's get into our reading for June 2020. Hello Virgo, and thank you so much for joining me here today for your June 2020 tarot card reading. So let's have a little look at what's going on in your present moment. For this month, wow, you have straight away fast energy. This is the Chariot. You know, he's being pulled in this card by these two horses, but you'll see that there aren't any reins. So a lot of this is like blind faith. You know, you're being pulled along really quickly through life, not necessarily in control of the situation. So this really is a card of faith, a card of going with the flow, a card of allowing yourself to just go with this fast energy, because there will be time for rest, but I don't think it is right now. So let's see what's blocking you here. Well, we have the King of Cups. This could be a person in your life that is blocking you. It could be a person who is a little more slow and steady, a little more sensitive, likes to weigh things up. And they could be taking the shine off a little bit in terms of you wanting to roll with your ideas. If this doesn't represent a person in your life, then it could be you balancing your own sensitivity and the desires of the heart with financial desires or with career desires. So maybe this pull between, competitiveness and compassion, family and fortune, finding that balance between work and play, basically. Let's see what is your foundation card for this month, because this is what your life will be built upon for this month. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it'll be different from person to person. Fast. This is things moving at high speed. It is pretty much exactly the same energy as the Chariot in terms of how I'm feeling it for this spread. Lesser so. So if in the present moment you're feeling overwhelmed with things moving fast, this foundation card can take away a little bit of the overwhelm while still letting you have that action-packed, feisty energy. So I do think you're going to get a lot done this month, Virgo, a lot. Let's have a look at your past, because our pasts often play an important role in our lives. This is the Empress. The Empress. So the Empress can often be like a mother figure in our lives, grandmother, something like that, that's had a very large impact on our lives. If it doesn't represent a person, this is about harvest, about fertility, about abundance. It could be that these are the seeds you've been planting, You want to have this life that is full of the things that you desire, and you've had to be patient for those things. I feel a lot of you have really had to lay in that initial groundwork, but with these other cards coming into play in your present, I do think you're going to start reaping some rewards from the labor that you've put in. The card that spiritually crowned you here is the Two of Wands. This is very much about business, enterprise, partnerships. So it can mean working in a business partnership, whether, your company merges with another company, or it's one other person and you have some great ideas with them. It can often represent relationships of the romantic or friendship kind, where you're kind of like buzzing ideas off each other, and you really got someone in your corner who you can run these ideas past and you can talk to. Again, though, very fiery energy that is crowning you here. But there's a stability to the two. There is a balance to the two. So that's welcomed, because it's all well and good having all this feisty, fiery, quick-paced energy, but we do want to get balanced as well. Your immediate future. So this is interesting. You have the moon. This could halt you in your tracks a little bit, actually. This could step the brakes on. Some of you might feel relieved to hear that. Some of you may not. The moon can often represent confusion, illusion, a misty, swirly haze that we can't quite get to the truth of a matter, and it can be frustrating. It can also mean that secrets come to the forefront. So if it's been something you've been trying to figure out for a while, the truth gets revealed with this card. If this isn't resonating with you particularly, it could be that your psychic insights really take a boost this month, because the moon can, yes, like we've said, mean confusion, illusion, and secrets, but it can also mean psychic, prophetic dreams. And so that could be the energy that you get from this card. It will be different for every single Virgo person, but that's something that you can expect this month. Let's have a look at your state of mind, Virgo. You have death as your state of mind. Death very rarely means physical death, although it can do. I don't think it does, because he's just flown off the table there, so I think he's pretty lively for a death card. This could mean that, this could be as simple as the current virus and all the situations that are going on with that is troubling you, is upsetting you. It isn't nice to see people suffering, and it isn't nice to see people hurting. And, it might be to do with the state of other things in the world. You might be feeling very drawn towards the welfare of animals, or the fact that we have poverty in the world, or the fact that there are so many injustices. And so, these could be things that are all weighing very heavy on your mind, this philosophical idea of what life is and what you would like to see it as. And that, those things are commendable to think about, because, we should all be thinking about those things. It can also mean that you're going through some sort of transformation or metamorphosis, because this is your state of mind. You're starting to see things very differently this month. I feel there will be a clarity that can come. You're wading through all this fast-paced mist. It's like you're running through a misty forest, and then suddenly there's a clearing. And I really think that this is something that's going to come for you in the month of June. Let's have a look at your outside influence. You have the Four of Swords. I feel like this is twofold. Again, it's a general reading, so it's going to differ from person to person. But if this is affecting you directly, it could be that you do suffer from some type of exhaustion this month. And when I say exhaustion, I don't just mean a bit tired. I mean where you need to go and have a lie down in the middle of the day because you're just done in, basically, Virgo. You've really got to look after yourself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're having enough time for yourself to rejuvenate. Our body heals in the night. And, if you're not getting enough sleep, this could really affect your future plans. If it's not affecting you directly, it could be someone in your family who's suffering from this exhaustion, or a friend, and that you need to be there to kind of like support them and give them the encouragement to let them know it's okay to slow down. Your hopes and fears next, Virgo. Let's see what comes up. Okay, this is beautiful. You have Justice. I think this ties into your state of mind with the Death card a bit. I think your hope for the future. I think you've got such big thinking, like you're seeing big picture thinking this month, Virgo. It's not just about you or your current situation. You're thinking about politics, you're thinking about family, you're thinking about social structures, you're thinking about the economy, you're thinking about, massive things. And I think you just want some karma. This card can often represent karma. Maybe you've been wronged in some way in your life, and in order to move on, perhaps you feel you need that closure or you need that karma, and this could be a good indication that things can go your way. If you're currently in a legal dispute, for example, it could be that it goes your way. If you're waiting for some compensation or some kind of benefit of some kind, could mean that you hear some news about that this month. So that could be some welcome relief for some of you. Let's have a look at your outcome. Right, we have here the Six of Swords. This is about moving away. This is about moving on. Sometimes nostalgia can come up a little bit, but it's kind of like, imagine you've just been through a storm and you're in a little lifeboat, and the waves have been crashing and tossing you around, and now the water is still. And so there's there's a sigh of relief, like, I made it, I did it. You've done it, you've gone through the worst, but you don't really feel like celebrating much, because there's that, there's just a stillness and just wanting to just breathe. So I feel like for you, this is almost like a story of your month, where it may start off with this very fast-paced urgency, but then by the end of the month, there's a bit of tiredness and a bit of letting go and a bit of release. But in the midst of all that, you're having these beautiful, wonderful conversations and ideas on how the world could be different. And it's thinking like that we all need, and it's thinking like that is going to, change the world in some big ways. And so I thank you for that, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me here this month. I really do appreciate you spending your time with me. If you would like to book a one-to-one session with me, I will leave that information in the description box. You can also order your digital tarot card reading, which is emailed directly to you. So if you want to check that out, also prices are very affordable. I'll leave that in the description box too. But until we speak again the next time, I'm wishing you lots of peace and stay safe. Warm wishes, Alyssa.